Welcome to Help Desk with Joe. This is show 104. Boy, does it ever feel strange saying that. 104 shows. Okay, so that's 104 weeks, which is just mind-boggling. But we're here in our patch-turned-up studio in Spencer, West Virginia, and with me, as always, Justin
Morning.
and Joe.
Morning, guys.
So another good week of technology news that you bring to the average person. And then also for businesses and so forth. And so far, been a lot of good stuff that you shared with everybody, Joe, and helped out folks that need help and have questions about technology, which, you know, is part of our everyday life. So,
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse. Yeah, I agree. That's a good way of putting it. But we're here in slow news week.
Yes. Yeah, everybody went on vacation, so kind of a slow news week.
It's weird because I think even on vacation, people are integrated into technology. I mean, I know, you know, we had soccer this weekend, and I used Google Maps, Waze, and then my Wise cams at home to check on the dogs and stuff. And
Strava.
yeah, I use Strava. So, you know, a lot of technology usage is ingrained into our everyday life.
Well, see, I didn't even know you was out this weekend, so see, you did good. I'm proud of you, Dave, for not.
I didn't post anything till I got home Sunday.
Yeah, although I did, I literally saw somebody last night complaining because they was stuck in an airport and hadn't reached their destination. I'm going, why advertise?
I won't be home for another 2 days.
Yeah, they must have missed the show where you discussed protecting yourself.
Yes.
So maybe this is a good time for that disclaimer once again.
Disclaimer. Please, for your own home safety and protection, please don't advertise on social media that you're going to be gone for X number of days or weeks, that you're on vacation, and posting pictures while you're on the road and reminding people, hey, in case you forgot, I'm not home. Please take your time and make sure you don't hurt yourself when you clean out my home of all my possessions.
Yeah.
Because it's not just your friends necessarily that are going to see that sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, especially if you don't have your social media privatized, I guess is one way to put it. But like, I keep mine pretty private, and I don't post a lot of stuff except, you know, my kids' sports and everything. But you know, I know there are people out there that have like 4,000 friends, and they share everything, and I'm just like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, so now it's robbery by appointment.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's kind of funny, actually. But yeah, boy, oh boy. We've had here in Spencer in Jackson County and a little bit in Mason County had COVID rear its ugly head again.
Yeah, it kind of went away, but then it kind of snuck its way back in.
Yeah, this version doesn't seem as serious, but it's definitely caused some problems, and thank goodness for technology, because Denise texts everybody, you know, in the evenings, okay, hey, this person's out or been exposed to somebody, and, you know, got to redo the schedule real quick and get everybody on board and notify parents and everything, and it's been hectic for the last couple weeks.
But
it's really weird because it seems like summertime wouldn't be, you know,
would be
like flu season, cold season,
right.
stuff like that, but it seems like they're kind of a cold that rolled through, a head cold, some sort of flu version, and then, you know, COVID.
Plus the way
popping back through.
The way the pollens have been here lately,
allergies.
Oh
my gosh, pollen's horrible.
Yeah, so it hasn't done anybody any favors on top of it. So now you hear that sneeze, you're going, is that a COVID sneeze or an allergy sneeze or what's wrong?
That's what brought this up, because that was a topic yesterday. I sneezed a couple of times, you know, and then a couple of the high school kids sneezed, and everybody's looking at us like, wait a minute, you got COVID?
Yeah. One more sneeze and you go home.
Yeah. So, interesting stuff how that all works out right here in this spring season where we're on the cusp of summer. I saw a lot of people already got their first cut of hay in, which I mean, it's beginning of June, I guess. So
yeah, we was looking at ours.
June 1st.
We don't cut it, but because we don't have a need for it. But our neighbors usually cut it for their hay stock, and ours is ready to be cut.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. Some years, you know, that I don't know if people listening to this are familiar with hay, but some years they get 3 cuts, some years 2 cuts, and some years they barely get anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how the weather just wreaks havoc on, you know, hay harvesting season, which is important around here because everybody's got to overwinter their cows and horses, and they need that hay. But anyway, you know, Justin, This is a technology show, and you've got us talking
Talking
about
about
COVID and
cutting hay.
flu and pollen and hay.
Yeah.
How's that work? What you got going on here, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just as impressed as you are.
Yeah. And so, oh,
I
man.
think Justin's to the point now. Is like, let's just see how far this train will go before it just completely derails.
Yeah, I kind
I
of
think
something's
he-
going on there.
I think he's intrigued by
He doesn't
just
even try anymore.
Sometimes I try to find some information real quick, and then it's hard for me to
Get
do
back.
my job of keeping it on the rails.
You get distracted by.
yeah. Poor Justin's trying to open that box of tin foils. Like, here, guys, something shiny, and we're
Yeah.
just sitting there going, huh?
But a lot of good stuff to talk about here in our community. Being tied to the daycares and after-school programs and summer programs, there's always something going on. And then we had our fun run. Justin, talk us through how the fun run went and what that was. This one's a special one.
Yep.
Talk about our special
Yeah,
fun run.
The joke that's been going on around the office and outside the office even lately is that a crazy storm will come through on race day, and
Yeah.
it did, true to form. We went out there, and 20 minutes before the race, I mean, I thought the canopy we were under was going to fly away. I mean, it was raining sideways, huge, heavy rain coming down on us. Some guy pulled up. He's like, "Are you guys still doing it?" We're like, "Yeah, thumbs up." Thinking there's no way we're going to have it. One of those ones that Quentin was watching it on the radar came up from Ripley and then just
Yeah.
blew through, and then skies parted and blue skies, and it worked out great. 60 people came out, so that's the biggest turnout of the year so far.
Yeah. Yeah, the turnout hadn't been real high here in the early spring, just mainly weather and, fiasco. But, yeah, getting back on track with the fun run. So if you're out there listening, get involved. Come out. And we say fun run, but really our walker crowd makes up 85% of the participants. So come out and walk. Some of the races are 2 miles. Some of them are 1.5 miles, and then we work our way up to 3 miles.
Yeah, this one
So-
started up at Roan General Hospital and then went down into Green Acres using the
Yeah.
new trail they just put in
Yeah,
that
Roan
connects-
General Hospital, a big partner, and Jack Garrett Ford developed a new trail, and we're going to develop some other new trails, I guess is the way to state it, up at Roan General for people to get active and get fit. So very, very excited
The
about it.
options for biking or walking or doing things up at Roan General Hospital is going to expand going
Yeah.
forward. And
Yeah, so very exciting news. Many thanks to Roan General Hospital for, they have always had community health in mind, but for expanding that mission even more and working with
Center
us.
for Wellness, yeah.
So, and you can check it out. They have a Facebook page, the Roan General Wellness Center, or is it Center for Wellness?
Center for Wellness, yeah.
Center for Wellness. And then also, this race had a second meeting. Diane Zadanek put together a mission for this race, and
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that.
So this was the first annual Jane Hartman Scholarship Walk. So
Yeah.
everything raised was going to go towards a scholarship to help out Roan County high school students
Yep.
graduating, and raised over $1,000. So that was
Yeah.
Nice.
Mission
a lot
accomplished.
of people chipped in and donated, and then on top of the race entry fees, which Patch was going to throw back in.
Yep.
We're looking at over 1,000. So
Nice.
So
I mean,
very
right off the bat,
exciting.
we're ready to.
Yeah.
We could do 2 scholarships or 1, and
Yeah,
and
so
help out.
next year we'll take applications for that scholarship, and Miss Diane will help sort through, and 1 or 2 deserving students will get a nice scholarship. And I think we're going to put some sort of tag on there. They have to be going into education or something along those lines, the health field. So
Yep.
very, very nice. The shirts look good. Mountain State Arts and Graphics and Andrea Keaton did a fantastic job with the logo. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I like the colors, everything looked
Yeah,
good. It was
everything looked
comfortable,
great.
too.
Yeah.
Good
So
shirt.
so good stuff there. So make sure you get involved in our fun runs. Right, Joe?
That's right. Now I do have one recommendation.
Come to the fun run.
Well, that and you guys may want to invest in waterproof equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah,
Well, everything's still drying out in the
stuff is still
hallway.
drying out, yeah.
I've seen they had it hanging outside on the stairwell yesterday drying out, and then the hallway had stuff drying out. So yeah. Gosh. Well, what we need to invest in is Justin's future as a meteorologist,
Yeah.
because all he's got to do is say, all right, I'm going to schedule a race that day. By the way, it's going to thunderstorm or something.
We'll be able to track storms by where I schedule a race for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And,
know we're getting rain on that day.
A&M Digital Technologies did a giveaway, the Wise Watch.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny because I had this random name picker on my phone. I just put everyone's name that won in the raffle on that. And then I usually have like a kid shake up the hat or whatever, or pick a name out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Foster, come over here and click this button. You'll spin the wheel. He does. He gets his own name.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like 20 names. He spins it and gets it. I was like, we're not working together.
Yeah.
He really wanted it. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, good for Foster. Foster's been very active on our walks and runs and his own. Does he do Strava, or does he just tag it in with?
Yeah, I think he has his own account.
Yeah, so he's been logging some activity, which is awesome.
When we go hide Easter eggs out, he and his brother go and find them and win the prizes that we've.
Wonderful
to
family
promote stuff.
activity to get involved in. So, big part of that. You beat me to the punch. A&M Digital Technologies. You guys, Joe and Cena, you guys have been giving away a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, Wise bands.
The watch it. We even upgraded to the Wise watches. Yeah.
Wise watch. Yep. You guys are on top of it.
Yeah, everybody loves a little raffle before the race. It's fun.
You betcha.
Or after. Yeah.
Okay. Well, on with our news stories. Joe, you're going to talk about Amazon today.
Yeah, Amazon's on the chopping block today. So.
Man, I use a lot of Amazon for after-school programs.
Well, these are not so bad stories. One's actually a good story. The other one is just kind of a follow-up to what we talked about a couple weeks ago. So our first news story, Amazon is going to is stopping support on its Alexa connected cloud cam, but Amazon's going to replace customers' devices with their new Blink Mini models.
For free?
Yes.
Wow. What's a cloud cam?
It's like their version of the Wise Cam.
Okay.
So,
Wireless security camera?
Yeah, Wi-Fi, but you have to have it plugged into electric. You just kind of set it anywhere in your house.
Hold on, what is it?
The Amazon Cloud Cam.
Amazon Cloud Cam. I'm going to look this up.
Okay. So Amazon's shutting down its smart home camera, the Cloud Cam, and its companion apps, the company informed customers via recent email. Launched in 2017, the nearly 5-year-old Cloud Cam was one of Amazon's first entries into the area of Alexa-connected home security devices, arriving just ahead of the retailer's acquisition of connected camera and doorbell maker Blink, and then soon thereafter Ring. The email informs customers that starting December 2nd, they'll no longer be able to use CloudCam or its associated apps. Until then, users will be able to download their video recordings. But as of the shutdown date, all video history will be deleted and the service will no longer function. However, here's the good news. For impacted customers, they won't be left with a useless device as a result of the shutdown. After having paid more than $100 to purchase their CloudCam smart camera. Instead, Amazon is doing the right thing in this case by offering a replacement device for free. The company says it will provide CloudCam users with the complimentary Blink Mini and 1-year subscription of Blink Subscription Plus plan. The Blink Mini is an indoor security camera with 1080p high definition 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity, night vision, motion detection, two-way audio, and just like CloudCam, it works with Alexa devices. Amazon said it'll send out a separate email ahead of the CloudCam shutdown to inform customers how to claim their complimentary replacement device.
And Blink, are they owned by Amazon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of this, Joe? Why are they giving away free stuff? They just want to keep you locked into the Amazon world?
Exactly.
Well, so just to clarify,
Okay.
I'm looking at Amazon. I'm trying to sort out what you're saying. So the Amazon, hold on, which camera's going out?
The CloudCam.
Okay. So what I'm seeing on Amazon is you can't get the Cloud Cam anymore, but it's weird. You can get a Cloud Cam mount.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. So it says here Amazon Cloud Cam, you can get a mount, but you can't actually get. Well, yeah, it says currently unavailable. So okay, so they have done away with it, but they do have the little square Blink.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and it's $35.
Okay.
So that's the complete replacement for the Cloud.
Originally, you said it was over 100 for the Cloud Cam?
Yes.
Okay, now they're saying $35 for the compact indoor plug-in smart security camera, Blink Mini.
Yeah,
so that's the Blink Mini.
The Blink Mini is...
And then they got the Blink Outdoor, which is about $75 each.
So with the Blink Mini, it's basically the newest generation, and I think and this is pure speculation on my part, they're offering you the camera plus a year subscription, and a lot of these companies, Arlo, Wise, all of them are doing this. They want to lock you into that subscription plan. They make more money that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
where the money actually gets made.
oh
Kinda
yeah,
like
oh yeah,
printer ink or whatever. That's where they
Yep.
make their money.
yep. Yeah, so basically, the devices are throwaway, but where we make our money is we shake you down for a few dollars every month.
So how do you think this is going to compare? Like, the Wise cams are $1 more,
Mm-hmm.
and Wise has its own plan.
Right. My issue, although the Blink side has been a little better, but based on Amazon's track record with security, especially on the Ring side of things, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of the coin, at least Amazon's saying, hey, we'll replace your device for free, because I've dealt with companies over the years when they'll discontinue a product and they just tell you, kick rock, sorry about your luck, here, buy a new one. So at least Amazon's being playing nice and saying, well, you spend a chunk of money for this camera, we'll go ahead and replace it for free with a newer model.
Are there a number of other cameras that are Alexa compatible? Or
Oh yeah,
Do you think? How much was the original one?
the original
cloud cam?
Cloud Cam,
Yeah.
more than $100.
Okay. Man, that's a huge drop off to come back down to 35.
But they're also including a year subscription of the
Well, I just mean it's cheap.
right.
I wonder if they're going the way of the Wise cams and just saying, listen, we can do it cheaper and people are interested. I don't know. Surely there's a market trend there somebody saw and is following.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah, I'd say that's probably it, because when Wise knocked it out of the park with their thermostat, all of a sudden Amazon goes, hey, we have a thermostat too, and it's comparable to the Wise one. It's not $250, $300. So Amazon's coming after Wise. It's no secret. But I'll put it this way: it's awful convenient that as soon as Wise announces something, it's almost the Android Apple.
Yeah. What's Wise doing? Let's copy it.
Yeah, whatever they're doing, let's see if we can do it too.
Okay.
And what would be the advantage of having your security camera system linked into Alexa? What is that really getting?
If you have the Alexa devices that have the little screen, like you can have it on your kitchen counter and say, if somebody's at your door, you can say the trigger word, pull up the front door cam, and you could pull it right there without having to take your phone out of your pocket.
Gotcha.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know Alexa had a screen.
Yeah, they make models with screens.
Which one's Alexa?
That's your Echo Dots and all that.
Is that Apple based or
No, it's Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay. Series Apple.
Yes.
There we go. So out of all those, not Apple, of course, not Siri, but out of the Alexa, Google, whatever, which one do you feel is best on that end?
It's a kind of pretty tight knit race between the three of them.
What are the three?
You have your Google Assistant, Alexa, and Siri, and there just Google just went off. I mean, it's personally, I don't have a preference over one or the other. I've used all three. I use all three, and I really don't see.
What do you use them for?
On my phone, I use my Google Assistant all the time. If I'm trying to do voice to text or search or anything like that, although it doesn't understand hillbilly very well, I have to speak slower.
Yeah, my voice to text is horrible.
Yeah, I catch myself just talking, and it doesn't. It gets kind of rather guessing on what I'm trying to say. So then I have to slow down and enunciate every word, and then it picks it up.
So they have a Echo Dot 4th generation, $60. Echo Dot 3rd generation, $40.
The Echo Show's the one that has the screen.
And they have Google Home Mini first generation that plugs into the wall for $8.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're trying to give those things away. It seems like I've made purchases where they're like, "Would you like a free Echo Dot?" And I'm like, "No thanks."
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. How does the Echo Dot like that $8?
Well, because where they make the money on the back end is the data collection and all that.
Still though, that's you couldn't. I mean, it's got to cost more than $8 to make a thing.
Again, it's
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying,
Right.
but wow,
like Justin
$8.
said, it's the printer versus the ink.
Yeah.
We'll give you the printer, but we make our money on the ink.
Echo Show 8, $110.
Yeah, that's the screen.
Do you know what a yearly security system
Let me look them up.
membership is, or whatever, for that the Blink that you were talking about?
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so they have a basic plan, which is $3 a month or $30 a year, and the plus plan is $10 a month or $100 a year.
Okay. Just give you more, able to store more video,
Yeah,
basically
with
in the cloud with the plus.
with the free plan, you only get motion activated notifications and live streaming up to 5 minutes. With the paid plans, you get motion activated notifications, 90 minutes of continuous streaming, motion detected video recordings. So without the plan, you only get the notifications. With the plan, you get recordings, and it'll give you 60-day unlimited video history, rapid video access, instantly watch your videos as soon as they're recorded, video sharing, and photo capture, images captured periodically for more coverage. And then if you get the plus plan, you get 10% off Blink devices on Amazon and an extended warranty coverage.
Wow.
So there's your difference.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else on the? I know Justin drug us off track there, but
Justin, are you going to throw you under the bus this early?
well, we can't complain about his Apple phone anymore. So
This
or,
is true.
or his power bank. So you know,
This is true.
gotta find something. Huh. Okay, and you'd mentioned this is a slow news week.
Yes,
I find that amazing.
I know.
Anything on your end that's been exciting at A&M Digital Technologies?
No, just kind of been a slow news week for us as well.
Really?
We've been busy, but as far as news goes, it's kind of.
What do you find yourself doing mostly? I know you had to come upgrade my computer, and then
Yeah.
you were working on a computer in our green room.
We've been having to do a lot of that here lately. It seems like Windows 10 has been pushing out. Microsoft's been pushing out updates. It's really been slowing systems down. It's been really causing these older systems to show their age and slow
Yeah.
down, and so we've been doing a lot of that here lately. And then always security camera work and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's your popular security cam now? Which one are you pushing, Joe?
The ones we've been putting a lot of putting in a lot is our 100% wire-free solutions. They're very similar to Wise and stuff like that, but there is no monthly subscription, and that's really been the big selling point for us. Is with our wire-free solutions, there's no cables, no internet, no monthly fees, no problems. It comes with its own DVR that goes inside your house. It plugs into your TV, and as long as the camera picks up signal to the DVR, it's good to go. The cameras themselves have a built-in battery, and the batteries can last anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, depending on how often they're triggered.
Yeah.
And then once they go dead, you just pull the battery pack out, bring it inside for a couple hours, charge it up, take it back out, and you're good to go. And you only need internet if you want to view the cameras when you're not at home. But other than that, you do not have to have internet for recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the right thing to be pushing around here.
Yeah.
Such limited internet access in places.
Well, and now with companies like this, that basically once you do a monthly subscription fee on everything, that's what really a lot of people are appealed to. And it surprises me because, everybody likes a good deal.
Yeah.
And then so they see these $30 Blink cameras and go, well, that's what I want. And then they see there's a monthly fee attached to it, and then they backpedal. So then I show them this and go like, yeah, it's more expensive. I'm going to be upfront with you. It's several $100s more expensive, but on the back end, once you pay for it, it's yours. You don't have to keep shelling out money every month.
Yeah.
I think there's a shelf life on that, like we talked with phones, where at some point the updates aren't going to work with the software that's
With the internet enabled
going to
ones.
get too old with those cameras at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah. You run into that with anything. From kind of what I've seen on the trends is once a company, well, for example, Wise with their original Wise cams, they ran into that issue where they had that huge security flaw, and then finally decided, let's just nix that. So when it becomes that issue, or they're no longer making money off of it, it's actually starting to cost them money, they'll drop it like a bad habit.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready for the next Amazon story?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys remember a few weeks ago, we did a story on Amazon taking away the
Uh-oh.
the way for you to purchase books through the Kindle app on iPhone. You had to actually go to Amazon's website and do it that way.
For iPhone?
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so for those of you catching up, Apple changed their policy as far as they want a cut of every dollar that's purchased through an app on their devices. So Amazon said, well, you know what? We're going to force our customers to go to the website and purchase the books that way. That way we get 100% of the profit instead of 60, 70, 80%, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon's doubling down because Android changed their policies, and they're doubling down and making the same thing happen on Android devices.
Really?
Yes, so Amazon announced the changes come to Google plans to boot apps that don't use its Play Store billing system for many in-app purchases starting today. Kindle users can't use the e-reader's Android app to rent or buy books or pay for Kindle Unlimited subscriptions, according to an email sent to the company's customers yesterday. Instead of people having to pay for content on a web browser, instead people will have to pay for content through a web browser and then access the books through the app's digital library. Amazon confirmed the customer notification to CNET. The company said the email the change is necessary, quote, to remain in compliance with updated Google Store policies, unquote. In other words, they don't want Google having more money from them than they have to, so they're doubling down saying, nope, you have to go to our website, buy our books, then you can go back to the app and read them.
It's always got to be difficult.
Yeah, so it's just an extra step that...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you want to use it, you got to just go through that hassle.
Right.
Otherwise, figure out something else. So I don't know. It seems unfair, but I mean, I know it's not logical, but
Yeah, it's one of those, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but from a business side, I get it.
yeah.
So I'm kind of torn. It's like, it's going to be a pain in the butt because it's an extra step that needs to be made for you to buy a book. But on the flip side of that coin, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Apple. I don't have that problem, Joe.
Well, you do now with Android, because this is the Android side.
Yeah, I don't have that problem either. I read real books.
Well, there you go.
It's weird. That's one thing that I struggled to adapt to. I did get a Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
And I did read some ebooks, and it was really nice, like on some vacations and stuff, to have 3 or 4 books loaded in.
Right.
But I went back. I don't even know where my Kindle is now. But I went back to real books, and I just said, you know what, we'll go on vacation, we'll find a bookstore, and, load up on 3 or 4 books each, and we'll make it work.
That's what I find interesting in myself is I do a lot of reading on my phone and tablets and stuff like that, but when it comes to a book, and I'm not much of a reader, I'll be upfront, I'm not much of a reader. But when I do, I want a physical book. I just, for whatever reason, that physical book, it doesn't hit the same holding another screen, basically, to
Yeah.
read.
Now, the one downside that I found is, like, reading at night, I require a book light, and that's
Yes.
a pain in the butt.
Yes.
And I do miss the Kindle for that, but man, there's nothing like a real book and hold it in your hands and turning the pages. And I don't know, I like my little bookmarks, so it's one of those things. You just got to deal with it. But man, I'm impressed that I went back to real books. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know.
Right.
Kindle was handy,
Oh yeah.
especially at night. We had the backlit Kindles that light up, and man, that made it super easy to read at night.
See, I've got the old school Kindle that doesn't have any light.
Yeah, if it doesn't, I think it's the white pages or something like that you could do, and man, it was very nice. Made it easy to see. So, I don't know. We tried to get my mom one, and she didn't like it either. She wanted real books.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like real books.
Maybe the next generation won't care, but for people that grew up with real books, it's kind of hard to make that switch.
I don't know because, I mean, we go to like half price books, Books A Million. They're all busy.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's taken hold as hard as people thought it would.
Yeah. Cena and I, we went out of town last weekend, and we stopped at a Books A Million, and like that place was booming.
Yeah.
I was glad and excited, but surprised at the same time because
Yeah.
there's been so many bookstores that have just gone under.
Yeah.
And
Well, if you get a chance, stop by Half Price Books. They're not in West Virginia, I don't think, but Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania.
yeah,
They're worth going to. They got a lot of like knickknacks, board games, records, CDs, movies. It's all, some of it's used, some of it's new, but it's half price of whatever the cover price is.
yeah, I'm kind of strange because I'm not much of a reader, but I will not pass up a good bookstore.
Yeah, I agree. We love it.
And I don't know what it is. It's just I just find it fascinating to go in and just look around to see what all they have.
Yeah.
Something might pop out at you that you
Browse
never would
around.
have found.
Yeah.
otherwise.
Well, that's why I like Half Price, because they got those little pop things or whatever.
All the Funko Pops.
Yeah, they got some of those, and they got some of the, like, say, board games, records, like old albums, and
Yeah, Books A Million.
CDs, movies.
I went through and kind of browsed through their record collection,
Yeah,
and they had a lot of new stuff out on vinyl.
vinyl's big, man. I like it.
know. It's crazy that it's making a comeback.
I like it. The sound of it's just amazing.
It's uncompressed.
That's why I was going to say, there's something that I found out that I didn't know about. I was talking to a guy in a Half Price Books last year, and I was like, oh, a lot about records and stuff. And he's like, yeah, man, let me throw this tidbit on you. And so when they cut music, when they take the song and they put it on a CD, it's kind of like a JPEG photo. Similar parts of the song get merged.
Yeah.
And so it's actually shorter. And he was like, every 10 seconds of music loses X amount of time.
Right.
And I was like, that's weird. And he's like, yeah, so a total song at 3.5, 4 minutes will be missing, 5 or 6 seconds of that song. So on vinyl, you get the full version. On
Right.
CD or, audio and digital audio, you do not get the full version. So it'll be missing some parts of it.
Right.
I was like, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, because it's really weird. Like, until you do a side-by-side comparison, you don't really notice it. But like in an orchestra, you may not hear all the horns, or but on a compressed version. But when you hear the live version, you're going, well, that doesn't even sound the same. I mean, if you listen to the CD version today and then the live performance tomorrow, you won't notice the difference. But if you literally 30 seconds here, 30 seconds here, you will notice the difference between the two.
Yeah, and it's weird. I saw or listened to a podcast that had, I want to say David Bowie, but I could be wrong. Is David Bowie or Billy Idol, one of those guys? It was definitely a guy. And he'd said, we fought hard to get the high-end cassette releases.
Yeah.
He said, so they released cassettes back in the day, 80s rock.
Right.
They released cassettes, and there was a low version, and there was a high version. And he said a lot of the production companies did not want to go to the high version because it cost them more money.
Right.
He goes, but they insisted that his work be put on the high version. He goes, so if you got one of my cassettes, it's the high version.
Wow.
I'd never even known there was a difference, but
like, just give them the low version. These people won't know the difference.
Yeah, they won't know any different.
Yeah, so
It'll save us tons of money.
Yeah.
I guess if you're more of an unknown band, then the low version's cost effective. But if you're a big superstar, then they want their music to sound the best it can.
Right.
So interesting stuff. All right, what else you got Amazon wise, Joe?
that's all I have for today.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, what a slow news week for technology. Hopefully that's a good thing though. So
But now, if Justin has the third story, please jump in. If not, I have
we
a
got
product
Justin.
review.
You've been over there browsing. What'd you find?
Twitter's been fined 150 million for misleading its customers by asking them for their email and phone number, saying this is for security reasons, and then taking that and sending it down the road for a profit, selling it to for targeted ads, selling it to companies.
No.
Yep.
Man.
Selling out user data.
Now, Twitter has been ordered to stop using those phone numbers and email addresses, notify its users that of this improper use, and tell users that basically the FTC has fined them, explain to users how to use multi-factor authentication, and turn off personalized advertising.
Yeah, if Shock
They're
was
forcing Twitter, you must go and say you messed up to all
Yeah.
your customers by law.
yeah, that's the only reason they're doing it. If Shocked was a caller, this would not be it.
Yeah.
Because I, for one, am not shocked at this. Yeah, when you dropped that on me before the show, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
My actual surprise was that the government actually got involved and said, you can't do that. Because everybody else does it for free
Yeah,
and makes
that's
money for it.
good
So
kinda-
I was more shocked that the government actually stepped in and said, you can't do that.
So here's the crazy part. Twitter announces its first quarter 2022 results.
Mm-hmm.
Income, including a pre-tax gain of 970 million, along with a net income of 513 million. How much did they get fined? 150 million?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, man! So they got fined 1/4 of their total income.
Pretty
That-
huge.
I don't know.
A quarter of your
when
income.
when you make 513 million clear,
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Apparently, they charged them like $1 a user. Basically, 140 million people were affected by
Yeah.
this.
Wow.
But out of that 140 million, I mean, I feel like
So they made
a lot of
140
them-
million. They just took the 140 million back.
Yeah.
And then they made a 513 million on top of that.
Right.
So really, they didn't get fined anything. They just shared the information for free.
Right.
Interesting. I just hate it when these, Twitter had a solid fourth quarter in 2021 and made over $5 billion in annual revenue. Just hate it when they make billions on the year and then still have to sell their information and get a small slap on the wrist.
But I'm interested. I'm watching very closely, but I haven't reported because it's still kind of up in the air about Elon Musk buying out Twitter.
Yeah, what happened with that? I heard he made an offer, they took it, and then
Well,
didn't
it's
seem
still
like it happened,
it's
right?
still on the table. They're still working out the details. I think what I like about it is as soon as he announced it, like people just the keyboard warriors that are famous for sitting there just bashing other people on Twitter, like if he comes, I'm leaving. Wait a minute, you made fun of the people that left Twitter and said,
Yeah.
"Good, we don't want you." So now that somebody else is coming in,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're turned into one of those.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to turn into one of those.
And so then Twitter just blew up, and I seen one tweet that somebody posted that said Elon's next purchase, McDonald's, and first thing he's going to do is fix all the ice cream machines.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted back, said, "I'm not a miracle worker."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
that's funny. That's funny.
Seems like he likes to just get in the headlines sometimes, and it doesn't actually pan out in all the
Yeah.
things that he has ideas about doing. They start out as like wild ideas that catch people's attention, but then kind of fall through.
Well, I think he does it just to keep people on their toes,
Yeah.
which I find very
Well,
entertaining.
I mean, that's his job, is to be in the news.
Yeah.
One way or another.
But I find that entertaining. It's like he doesn't go on these senseless tirades and all that. He's just like, hey, what if I do this? Then everybody's going, oh no, we can't do that. Well, why can't I?
Yeah.
He just likes to shake things up. Makes life a little interesting. I like it. And when it comes on the political side, it makes both sides of the floor crazy. So that's what makes it even better.
I think
Yeah.
definitely the Jack Dorsey guy mishandled a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah, I was dancing in the street when they said he was out the door.
some ways, yeah, it just seemed like trying to regulate this free speech, decide what is against the policies and okay with their policies. And
Well, my biggest
it's
issue,
like impossible, but
my biggest issue is with him is whenever he purposely banned New York Times, New York Post, which one
yeah.
Post for a news story that was credible, that they had published, they had all their ducks in a row, they did all their due justice, the oldest, most respected publication in America, and he banned it because the story he didn't like. Basically, boils down to he didn't like the story. I was like, you can't do that. You know, if it was me sitting here blowing smoke, yeah, by all means ban me. But when they have facts lined up, I'm sorry, that doesn't fly. But as Dave said, it was his pool, so he can do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah, I always fall back to that. I agree with a business being able to do what they want to do.
But what I think what my biggest issue is they always, well, these platforms you can, you know, do post whatever you want, post any stupid thing that you want to say, and then all of a sudden they drop the hammer. Well, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And the three of us, we've had these lengthy discussions off air.
Oh yeah. But I still go back to it's your business. You can change your mind.
Right.
Or pick favorites.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, doesn't always seem fair, but, you know, that's how it works. Otherwise, government overreach becomes an issue.
Yes.
It's so funny because some people will sit there and say, I want less government, except in this instance. And then I'm like, time out. You can't have both.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I mean, there's so much crap to wade through, but, you know, it happens every day. All right. Well, on to a product review, Joe.
Yes.
Tell me about it. What we
All
got?
right.
Who are you? What are we doing?
So I'm going to pass this down and let you guys take a look at it. So today, we are reviewing the Rexing version 3 basic front and cabin dash cam.
A dash cam.
A dash cam.
All right, let me get this up here. So I think I just turned it on.
No, you didn't.
I saw a red light blink. So what are the buttons here?
Those
That's
are
the
menu buttons,
plug in, a little dial, and a
aux jack.
okay. So little buttons there. What's the dial do?
The little dial, it helps adjust the cabin camera.
Okay, and then that's where it mounts.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I told you wrong. That's the one that points to the outside.
This one does.
Yeah, the little knob helps adjust that lens.
Okay, and then you got an outside lens, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're looking at the outside lens. The inside lens is on your hand.
That's where the card goes in, a little slot for a card. And then all the buttons.
Yep.
And then this is the inside part
Yes.
with an inside cam.
Yes.
And then is there anything? Nothing on that side. All right, so there you go. Pretty handy. Where's the cords for it, Joe?
Out in the car.
See how this works.
Hey, I use this literally every time we start to car.
Okay, so here's my question. How does it work? How
Okay.
does it record that much information?
It has a slot for a micro SD card,
Yeah.
and you literally put your SD card in, and
How long does it record for that before it starts overlapping?
I have a 32 gigabyte card, and it does 3 hours
Okay.
before it starts overriding. And then what you can do is, if like you're going down the road and you want to make sure it captured whatever went on, you can hit OK, and it'll record that last minute or two. And you can set it up to record in segments. Like I have ours set up to record in 3-minute segments, so then it's easier to go back and review instead of having to watch a whole hour-long clip.
Yeah,
I can go
yeah.
back to 3 minutes.
I see what you're saying. So it just stops every 3 minutes. Gives
Yeah.
you- that way you got clips to look at.
Right.
Okay.
And the power source is like the cigarette lighter
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, it's actually a USB cable.
USB.
So you just use your USB ports in your car and powers it up.
Have you used it yet for anything that you've seen on the road?
Yes.
Really?
I didn't. I shot a video, and I've got it on OBS if you want to open it up to show people. But I cut out the little section that showed me. I've had this for several months now, but
You just been waiting.
yeah. But the one of the clips I did use before.
Is it Ford video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and open it up and push play. And I cut it from this video, but
It's not wanting to play.
okay, let me take a look real quick.
Like when I.
Click the eyeball.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There you go. And then when it's done, you'll show 2 night clips and 2 day clips, and you just pause it when you're done, whenever you want.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is going down the bypass.
Yes, at
Oh,
night.
there's you.
Yeah, that's
You're not even looking at the road, Joe.
well. That's because that was right after that car about hit me head on.
That's because you weren't watching the road.
No, I was
All right.
sitting still.
Now we're going down 119 by the high school, and then back to you, Joe. Well, you're pretty, Joe.
Well, thank you. But I was sitting at the red light in the turning lane at the
Yeah.
Ruby Bradley Bridge, and this car just comes right at me. Just keeps coming, and the video, actual video, I'll show you guys off here. You literally watch me jerk back, and I just lay on the horn.
Okay, now we're back to the bypass. Or is this just showing what it looks like, or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
there something to see?
No, just showing you what the picture
Okay,
quality.
so
the
that's
video
at
quality.
nighttime. So you got a nighttime clip that has you and the bypass. Okay, it's not showing your mile per hour. Joe.
Because that's an add-on accessory.
Gotcha. Okay, and then here's a daytime clip.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Let me see. I'm gonna roll this over to Justin or not.
Yeah, just slide the app over to it.
Now, every time you start your car, does this automatically fire up for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Let me go back. You gotta restart it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah.
bypass.
So yeah, we're letting Justin watch this. So nighttime bypass, and then it'll kick over to nighttime Joe.
And it records both cameras simultaneously.
Mhm. Nice. Pretty good quality, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And daytime on 119.
I mean, yeah, definitely good enough quality to, if there were an accident or something, you get all the information you need. I mean,
There's Joe being all pretty like.
you have not gonna have any trouble making out like the vehicle if anybody ever rear-ended it. Well,
Right.
you need a rear cam for that. But.
Right. But yeah, that lady just comes right at me, and then all of a sudden, that literally at the last second, just jerks
Jerks
and
away.
turns.
Ooh,
No, I
gosh.
was
Yeah.
a little bit upset. Is a very mild statement.
Does it record audio? Did it get?
Oh
any,
yeah, it records
any
audio.
cuss words?
So what made you get this, Joe? Did you have an incident and you're like, man, I wish I had that on video? Or were you just watching TikToks and you're like, okay, hey, all these people are catching crazy good stuff and I want to be part of it? What happened?
No, neither actually. Cena and I, we travel a lot for
Yeah.
work
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
personal.
You guys travel all over.
And I told her, I said, the way, and well, what scared me is I saw some of these videos online where people are sitting at red lights and these knuckleheads in front of them just put it in reverse and then back into them on purpose and go, you hit me. And my patience and tolerance on the road is not the best. And some knucklehead pull a move like that probably wouldn't pan out too well. And so when I seen that, I was like, no, I'm not setting myself up for that situation. I want to make sure that when they back up into me, I can, when the police arrive, say, look, here's the video, arrest them.
Yeah.
So it was more of a preventative measure than anything. And then literally the night that car almost ran into me, as soon as I got back home, I told Sienna, I said, you got to watch this. I said, that camera almost paid for itself. She said, what happened? I showed her. She goes, what were they doing? I said, not paying attention, apparently. I was like, I was hoping that that the camera wasn't going to pay for itself this quick, but
Yeah.
it almost did.
Jeez.
So the specs on this camera, it is full high definition dual channel recording, which means it records in high definition on both the inside camera and the outside camera. It has infrared night vision and has Wi-Fi connect capability, which includes an optional, for an additional fee, GPS logger, which allows you to mark your time, date, location, and speed information on your recordings. It does loop recording and gravity sensor, which the gravity sensor is if it detects that you're sitting still and all of a sudden your car shakes, like somebody backed into you, it will automatically save that recording. Mm-hmm. And you guys want to guess the price on this?
Yeah, might as well.
I'm gonna say $100.
Okay, Justin?
Because I really have zero idea how much something like that costs.
Right.
So I'm gonna say 100.
Okay, Justin?
I was thinking 120.
Okay, you guys are close. Now, not including all the optional accessories, which we'll get that in a second.
Right.
The camera itself with the cable is $179.99. It comes with the camera, the cable, and the mounting brackets for your vehicle.
It's a little more expensive than what I thought, but I mean, you know.
But you've seen the quality.
Yeah, you're paying for what you get, I guess. So yeah.
Well,
under $200 to protect yourself and to catch, events that happen and unfold as you drive. Yeah, probably worth it.
but it's a dual camera, though. A lot of these dash cams only record just,
away from you.
Yeah, just the outside.
I wonder why the dual cam. So is there something that makes you feel better about it being a dual camera? Like, do you want yourself on video?
Yes, because here's another scenario.
Okay.
Somebody hits you, and they claim that you was on your phone.
Gotcha. So then you can show that you had both hands on the wheel and
you was
wasn't
looking
distracted by anything.
Exactly.
Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
Now, if that's not the case,
Then the SD card goes missing.
Nice.
That's for entertainment purposes only. We do not condemn evidence tampering.
Yeah.
Put that little disclaimer out there. But yeah, it cuts out a lot of the nonsense of, well, he did this or she did that. No, right here. Prove me wrong.
Is there a way to tie in a rear camera if you wanted it?
I don't think so with this model. So the optional accessories is it does not have a built-in battery. So literally, when we shut our car off,
it shuts off.
Yeah, it shuts off. But you can buy an additional kit that you can wire it into your car, and it'll just run off your car's battery, and then it'll run when you're not there. So it does have that, and like I said, the optional GPS logger, which will record your speeds and all that as well.
So you could have it running 24/7 for like security.
Pretty much.
If somebody was coming around your car, messing around, looking around in it.
Right. Or going to Walmart and somebody back into you while you're inside.
Right. Yeah. Somebody leave their cart outside of the cart drop-off area and it rolls down, hits you.
Exactly. Now, have you guys seen, speaking of carts, have you guys seen that YouTube channel Cart Narcs?
No.
Okay. Now, some of it is not family friendly as far as language goes, and it's not because of not because of the Cart Narcs, it's because of the people they encounter. Cart Narcs is a YouTube channel dedicated to these guys. They go around these parking lots, and anybody that doesn't put their buggy or shopping cart into the cart storage area, they go up and put a magnet on their car, and it says, it basically says, I'm a lazy bones. I don't put my cart away. And these people go berserk. And they have a body cam, and they're like, look, the only thing we're doing is we want you to put your cart away because people's cars are getting dinged and tore up. And some of these people's excuses are hilarious. Like this one lady goes, well, they pay these people to put these carts up. He said, yeah, and they also pay people to paint cars, so should I take my car key and run it down the side of your car to give them something to do? You mean and she just goes,
But see, I disagree. I could disagree with that philosophy because, one, I'm already checking out my own groceries sometimes, which I really hate because, A, I'm not a trained cashier.
Right.
And, B, I'm still in a cashier's job.
Right.
So I feel the same way about the carts. If we start putting all our carts back in the store, then...
No, they're not talking about in the store. The cart caddies in the parking lot. In the parking lot.
I can't, but still, you're taking away that person's job. I feel like if you
Well, no, they still had
responsibly
to-
park your cart, you're okay.
Well, they had to bring him back inside. They're just saying the cart
Yeah.
narcs is saying put it in the caddy for
yeah,
the
I
employees to
understand.
get it,
If
so
you
it doesn't
just
go
kind of
down
leave
the
it set out, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit I'm guilty sometimes of putting them up against the post where they'll hold,
Yeah.
or if there's 2 or 3 there, put them together. But I still feel like, hey, the cart, and usually it's a kid,
Yeah.
cart teenager collector kid needs a job.
Right.
So let's give them a job and quit stealing their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not the cart narcs. They're not in any way
Yeah.
promoting.
It's-
They just want you to be
Responsible.
a responsible
Okay, yeah,
shopper and put
yeah.
it in the cart caddy in the parking lot, so it doesn't just roll down the parking lot and ding somebody's car.
Right. No, I get it. So, and the only reason I had this conversation 2 weeks ago, is at Kroger's and scanning myself out because the line was long for the one line that was open, and I was like, oh, crap. And then something happened. Whatever I scanned didn't work right, and the guy comes over and is like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I wasn't trained. So I assume you'll come over and tell me,
Yeah.
what's happening here because I have no idea. I'm just, I'm the dummy scanner. I scan it, it goes in the bag.
Yeah.
If it works,
Right.
it works. If it doesn't work, then, what am I to do because not my job.
Right.
And it makes me mad. I'm just like, it's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah. I heard a comedian.
And the guy's like, well, let me look at it. And I was like, why don't you just open up another aisle? How about we do that? Because there's a line of 10 people deep waiting to get checked out.
Right.
And then all the self-serve ones are busy. And then this, glitch has to happen.
Right. I heard a comedian tell a joke a while back. He said he went one of the self checkouts. He said, I just rang half my stuff up, started walking out, and they stopped and said, you can't do that. That's stealing. He goes, look, I wasn't trained. I'm not very good at my job.
Yeah, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah. Fire me.
Yeah, please send help because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad when there's just one actual lane open with a person working. Yeah.
Well, and what drives me
And
nuts,
100 people waiting to go through it.
yeah, what drives me nuts is the people that just don't get it, like the employees. There are certain employees in these situations that just don't get the whole concept of, look, these registers do away with your job, and they'll go, well, they didn't do away with my job, and I've heard this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, they don't do. Yeah, it does, because there's 4 registers there. There used to be 4 people standing there. Now there's one person watching 4 of them. So where did those other 3 go?
Yeah.
And given enough time, you'll be out with the other 3. And it just drives me nuts.
Yeah, me personally, I'd rather just check my own stuff and get out, but I understand that it is not good for job security. So I
Well-
don't think it's a great thing, but just I actually don't mind it.
I don't see.
I think I'm able to get out of there quicker that way usually, but
I would love to see, and I would, and you guys know that we would never see the legitimate report on it. It'd be doctored up, but I would love to see the report of thefts and stuff like that due to self checkouts compared to what
Oh,
there
yeah.
was before they put self checkouts in. You can't tell me that those went down
Yeah.
or stayed the same. Those have had to gone up.
yeah, they've got the little floor cleaner that rides around too with
Yes.
no person operating it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically a commercialized Roomba mopping buffing the floors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take that guy and send him out to get carts or something, so you can fire the other cart guy.
Yeah. How did we go down this road?
Justin. Justin's mad about the cart deal. Anyway.
All right, so you guys ready for pros and cons?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's go back.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
to recap, since we're so far off base and it's been a while,
Okay.
$179, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's forward and backwards facing, and
Yes.
good news for both of those. If you're not on your phone and so forth.
Right.
Okay, and then the video clip you showed us, amazing video.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. All right. So pros.
Pros, easy to install. Literally the mounting bracket just sticks right on your windshield. You stick it on there, you're ready to go. You just take a cable, you plug it into the side of the camera, plug it into the USB port. It can't get any simpler.
Okay.
The video quality, you guys
Yeah, that was
saw the
very
video
good,
quality,
yeah.
phenomenal quality, and the easy access buttons. I love this. When you have it mounted, the buttons are literally right there, all within reach, right underneath, easy to access, zero issues there.
Good.
you kind of had to know what the buttons are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what are the buttons?
Most of them are just menu access buttons, and then you can use, I think it's the OK button. Like if there's an incident that goes on that you definitely want it to save, you can hit that and it'll automatically save that clip.
Okay.
Are we looking at the front right there, or like which is the front, and which is the back, or
This is the front.
The back has the buttons.
Yeah, the back has your screen, and then this is your inside camera, and then the buttons are right underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice, Clark.
So, you guys ready for the cons?
Yeah.
The cons, there's two of them, and these are kind of biggies for me. So, it advertises that it has built-in Wi-Fi, which, and I'm going, that's great. I can hook it up to my phone, because that's one of the things it advertises. You can hook it up to your phone and control it from your phone. But, and it advertises, well, you can do your speedometer, and then you can do all this and that, and GPS and all that. Then you read the fine print, all accessories sold separately.
Yeah.
So it'll do your date and time, but if you want speed and all that, you have to pay extra. And the next con, this is a real biggie for me, is the no built-in battery. Again, accessories sold separately. You have to buy the additional cable to hardwire it into your car for it to run when you're not in the vehicle. So my thoughts are, why couldn't you put a rechargeable battery built into the camera and just leave it, let it run off battery?
Charge, and then it'll run off battery as you have the car off.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that'd be that hard to do.
No.
I mean, a lot of things are like that now.
So those are the only biggies I have, or the only cons I have.
Interesting.
So, we ready to rate it up?
Yeah.
So for you
Wow, only a couple pros and one con?
Two cons.
Two cons?
if you
Okay.
get your video, you just pull that card out, take it inside, and
Yep.
put it right on your computer.
Yep. Yeah, it literally just pops out and slap it in your computer, and there's no special program. It'll just run it's a standard video format, so it'll play in any media player.
But you said 3-minute clips, is that right? So
Yes.
Each file is a separate 3-minute
Yes.
video?
Yes. Yeah, each.
And they all have timestamps on them, so you can
Yes.
kind of narrow down
Yes.
what time of day.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Very nice,
Yeah,
very nice.
Hopefully you catch something crazy, a big boulder rolling off a hill, or something cool that we can see sometime.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't hit me in the process,
Yeah.
we'll do
The
that.
guy in front of you, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing a 3-star here.
Hmm.
Trying to learn Joe's ways, but I'm still working.
No, I'm saying 4.
4? Okay. 3.5.
No major issues, so I'm saying 4.
Okay.
And it does its job. I predict Joe is going to say it does its job. Little inconveniences, but it does its job.
Well, Dave is right again.
Bam!
4-star rating for Joe. I would have loved to have given it a perfect 5-star rating, but the battery is a
And
big
you brought that
womp
up
womp on
twice, so I
Yeah.
kind of felt like that was someone's going to ding it.
Yeah, so the speedometer, minor detail, but the battery was the biggie for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, in theory, that the speedometer thing could help you or hurt you, and
Yeah,
as evidence.
yeah, it's just like the dual side cameras. It can either help you or hurt you.
Some person could claim, oh, he was driving fast. So you can, oh, right here, I've got my speed data. I wasn't driving fast.
Right.
Yeah.
But even with the video itself, you can have somebody look at the video and time it and say, oh, no, they was on average going
You can
at
tell he
approximately
wasn't
this speed.
flying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little harder to do. I mean, a little longer to get that figured out, but when you're in the right, you're in the right. All right, gentlemen. So, unless there's anything else you guys need, I think.
I was thinking about it and looking at the instances. I guess it's good and bad. As long as you're off your phone, as long as you're not eating or drinking or doing something crazy, as long as you're not, staring off into the side.
Right.
I just wonder, how do you think that would go down? Let's assume you have an accident And then, like you said, the SD card disappears because you're at fault.
Right.
Is that a bad thing? Like, you think that the police or someone would be like, hey, listen, you had a cam, you purposely turned it off, so you're guilty of something?
You're probably not required to turn over your video footage, are you?
I
don't
think
know how that would work.
it's probably considered a case by case basis. But if you did have the SD card and you did make it disappear, if you was in the wrong, found in the wrong, at the bare minimum, they could probably bust you on tampering with evidence.
Yeah, I mean, that's illegal
Right.
steal, but I was curious.
But I mean,
Because, I mean, if you obviously were in somebody and it's an iffy call and you have a camera, they're going to be like, hey, dude, you got to show me your camera stuff.
right. And I think it all depends on where you're at as far as the laws goes. Like some of them, you can most of the time you can voluntarily hand that stuff over, but depending on the situation, you don't have to turn it over unless there's a subpoena or anything like that. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so please don't take this stuff to heart.
Yeah.
Please. But just behave yourself, obey all driving laws,
There
and
you
there
go.
won't be an
yeah,
issue.
Yeah, don't do anything knuckleheaded.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good review. I like it. I don't know that I would use one of these. Justin, what about you?
It might. I don't know. I think that sometimes it might be nice to have, but I've never looked into them or anything. But
I don't know that I've had anything interesting happen that would be worth videoing.
Well, I don't either, but I
just in case.
Yeah. So that surprises me, Dave, as much as you travel.
Yeah.
That just for the peace of mind of if somebody tries to call foul on you, it's like, nope, here we go.
I got a brush guard.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah. And it's a big one. What, do you have it in all your cars or just one?
Just one.
Yeah. Have you thought about expanding to the other ones or no?
Oh yeah, we've considered it. Yeah.
Okay. Waiting for corporate sponsorship?
Yeah. We're holding out.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for another great show. Joe, if anybody has any questions, they want their own dash cam and they want to get it through you and have you help them install it and show them how to use it and all that good jazz, how do they get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltech.com or follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at AM Digital Tech for all that. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave. And we're on all the major platforms, and all of our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
Yeah, and of course, A&M Digital Technology supporting our fun runs with great giveaways. Make sure you go and get involved with those. And then also supporting all our work here at Patch with the many, many computers we have and all the issues that comes with it. And Joe's doing work today on our Patch stuff
Yeah,
to keep everything moving smoothly.
have a little project right after the
Yeah,
the
you're
show.
going into the green room where the kids do a business model out of the green room with the vegetables that they grow, and then they got to have QuickBooks and all that good jazz on it so they can do their invoicing and payments and all that. So yeah, interesting stuff. So I'm still torn here because, man, you kind of want a dash cam, but then again, maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's something to ponder on.
Yeah, interesting. All right, well, if you have any questions, get a hold of Joe and Cena. Support our local businesses here. A&M Digital Technology doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes here at Patch. So we'll be back next week. Help Desk with Joe. This is show 104 from our Spencer Patch Turned Up studio. And everybody have a great week. We'll be back.